Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to the Sibling experiment. Second episode. Let's check out what's going on with TJ, who apparently is stuck in class. Just itching to get out. So much to do. Why was I even subjecting myself to this? I guess deep down I just felt like I owed my mom to try. My real mom. Not my fake mom. And then finally it was lunch break. I tied up the weeds with my Allen key. Although I needed to find a goofball that was my real younger brother, I felt the need to defend my turf first. So I followed the rest of the crowd that went to the quad where the skate ramp was to perform tricks. The ramp was supposed to be a place of mutual appreciation for each other, but Jono used it to show off and build a rep for being a total douche. I guess that he hadn't remembered at all what had happened the week before, a certain challenge between the two of us. I walked up to him. I just felt like I had to rectify this. The battle was set and it didn't help it. And if nobody knew about this, since nobody seemed to remember my former life but me. There he was there at the top of the small halfpipe, hair swept to the side and Americasticate. She was kicking up his board and seemed genuinely surprised to see me. Jono! You had beat the Extreme Sport Challenge, it's on! TJ Jamison. That threw me off for a moment, but I didn't correct him. It didn't help to look absolutely so while calling someone out. That's right! You think you and your little friends can take me on? He glanced down to my bun slippers full of doubt. Okay, maybe those weren't exactly intimidating, but still. No challenging banter, it was like Jono wasn't trying to obnoxiously win me over in this universe. Instead of killing it, it just bothered me. Before we were enemies, but right now he was just looking down on me. You're going down! More students were coming along as Jono flipped his board back down and took to the halfpipe. He blew me a kiss and then pulled off an ollie, waving. I'm pretty sure ollie isn't that impressive. Waving with some cheers for afterwards. I followed going up to the ramp. I gripped my team with determination and slid down the small-sized halfpipe, but just when I got to the top again and reached out my hand to grab the lip, a voice distracted me. Terry! Eric? The use of my real name threw me off and I missed holding on to the end of the halfpipe and fell, skateboard slipping out from under me, and I could feel my skirt running up before I had a chance to do anything. Okay, she looks completely different in that picture. The side of my face hit the bottom of the halfpipe and one of my pink bundle slippers going AWOL and my underwear exposed. My pink underwear exposed. I cringed as I could hear the cameras on the cell phones go up before I could pick myself up. A couple of arms were stretched to help me up a few seconds later, but they were a few seconds too late. Eric was steadying me on my right side and Nikki was on my left. Eric wasn't supposed to be here, we barely knew each other. It was normal for me to have as a party brother, so my voice was pretty accusatory when I turned my head to look at him. What are you doing here? I broke away from the two of them. I wasn't injured, only my pride was. But Tyler would have loved to see me fail just then. Which made her fall on her face, apparently. Tch, little sister. It's all your fault, you tart. Besides, you shouldn't be somewhere doing all the right things. If I could drive, I'd be out of here, especially now, since I just wanted to crawl into a hole and die. Was my fail already on YouTube? Yes. Not yet. It will be. On my channel. Well, our dungeon master got a girlfriend, if you could believe that. And I heard that you might be embarrassing yourself somewhere in the quad, so I thought I shouldn't miss it. Jono strode up to us. Now for the so bad, Luz has to kiss the winner. Obnoxious flirty, Jono finally made his appearance and promptly I stepped forward, getting in his face. Wait. There wasn't anything like that. Or how about you struggle to work out your own out and I go for round 2 on the pipe? Wait, what? Come on now, baby cakes. He put an arm around me and tried to pucker up his lips at me. Well, we never agreed that. That hadn't been what I'd been asking for. But Eric was faster than me than I imagined he could be and pulled John off of me. Nice. She said no! John was stuck back, clearly caught more off guard than me. Tyler had just always found that music when morons like John would write anything like this. It's probably a party never used to bother me so much, but it really got on my nerves now. I could feel myself shaking a little. This was what a brother was supposed to be like. My expression was dazed as I glanced upward at a slightly older boy with a stringy hair. Eric, where have you been all my life? What are you on about, idiot? That you want a piece of me? John Bite seemed like Eric really did it. John always tried to act all chill and stuff, but now he was evidently pissed. I don't, and apparently my sister doesn't either, so keep your hands to yourself or you won't even get to use them again. What did you say? Are you deaf? I said. Okay, folks, we'll be off. Cool yourself down, G. Nicky made one last comment before we basically dragged Eric out of the sea. This could have gotten really bad, and I didn't want anything to happen to Eric. Eric was kind of my hero after the whole Jonah confrontation. I mean, the guy was clearly loser view. Population Eric, but he also had an endearing side, surprisingly so. And you know what? It felt nice to be the younger sister for once. Maybe this was just what I needed. I just thought, hey, I could definitely get used to this. I rocked out to his bad music on the way home. I even explained to him how I got into skating. Need to say, he had quite a few different memories to mine on our whole childhood, but I didn't get into it. That was a conversation for another time, and a conversation that was going to put my reputation as the same person online, so I had to treat carefully. It kind of got me wondering for what kind of person was his real sister? And just this whole family, to be honest. How did things work around here? We got in the house and went to the living room. I followed Ray curiously. So, what do we usually do when our parents aren't home? Oh, he went over the couch, spread out on it, and flipped the TV. Well, you usually leave me alone, or you could leave me alone. Well, okay, like I would gladly take him up on his offer, but I had to know what I was dealing with, or else how would I cope? Besides, Eric just seemed interesting. How could one be so chill and different and delicate all badass when the situation calls for it? I guess that's how things work for other people, but there is just something about this guy. But I thought we could get to know each other. Get to know? I've known you for 16 years, what more do you want? Dude, I don't want anything like talking, I guess. Reading me out, always following me, and now you want to talk? What are you scamming? Why did all these people keep asking me that I was scamming? Again, what kind of person was his real sister? I'm not. He gave me a point look and I gave him a strained laugh. Okay, you know what? Just forget about it. Leaving you alone sounds good too. I turned my heels to walk away when Eric suddenly yelled. Hey! Yeah? What? Next time don't waste my time unless you have something to say. Okay. Good. Eric turned back to the TV and I just stood there not understanding what the hell that was at all. I mean, I'd once been a sibling with someone I didn't want to spend free time with too. And I guess I'd be annoyed too if I was pestered by my younger sibling. I would know, huh? But Eric didn't seem like me. It almost felt like he wanted to talk and wanted me to pester him. Even later on, I figured he probably meant to say I should have just spoken my mind instead of walking away. He just sounded rather hostile, plus his wording was so off. But he didn't seem annoyed and was responsive during conversation. Huh. Maybe he wanted to talk after all. He gave me lift again the next morning and I had to say I was getting used to it. Maybe my mom would agree to buy me a car. Okay, maybe not. But at least I had my new parents. Surely they would. Why are you wearing my shirt anyway? You don't even like that band. Yeah, I'm all about that band. Plus, I couldn't find anything respectable to wear. You have a whole closet full of things. Girly things. I mean, you always like girly things and all that jazz. Not anymore. I suddenly noticed Eric flinching a little after finishing that sentence. I turned my attention to him. Hey, something wrong? No, I just had this feeling that... Jazz. Yeah, you ran into Jazz now? Eric heaved a long, tired sigh. Well, I won that shirt back. I grinned. No? I made a show of pretending to lead up the shirt, which caused him to swear the car. I knew I had one. No, shit! Keep that stupid shirt! Eric's face was all flushed, and I have to say, it was kind of cute. So I couldn't help but think about the thing he was blubbering about, and then just suddenly changed the topic. Jazz. I was a little bit smug after that. Up until the point where I noticed someone put a picture of my butt on the school notice board. That brought me back down to earth and I realized again why I had this parallel universe so much. At least I had Nikki. Hey, how are things with your sibling? With sibling? What? I was glad to see I was on good terms with Nikki again. It was the small bright spot. Well, there was that and the fact that Rick was the total jerk. I guess the whole experiment would have been doing me right if it wasn't just so freaky to be living someone else's life. Fake sibling? Nikki actually seemed to believe me about the whole family swap too. BFFLs for sure. I was about to tell her all about Rick when the clacking sound came over the loudspeaker. Now that wasn't the usual way the pistol tried to get our attention.
Calling TJ Jameson sick Adrian, but later on as she's so chicken after this by yesterday,
What was that punk trying to pull?
I encourage everyone come in case she's going to flash her underwear again.
Like everyone needed a reminder of that.
Will Sadler is going to be winning Extreme Sport this year and who just can't match up.
Mr. Taxton! Everyone could hear the sound of John getting his just deserts. From a very ticked off school administration person, Miss Bliss. I was still reading over the announcement. How did he do that? He's saving club buddies. The principal has been trying to catch him in the act for the last month. Huh. I had to endure clucking sounds for the rest of the morning. Clearly Eric didn't do a good job at scaring Johnny off. We'd have to work on it later. Don't tell anyone, but part of me was so glad that things had returned to the status quo, at least at school. I had John trying to make my life miserable and I had Nikki giving me some balance. I suppose in some ways I got my wish. I didn't have annoying Tyler getting my face, but it was hard to adjust to. I kinda missed my mom. Being away from Tyler had been refreshing. I found myself not wanting to bang my head to the wall anymore when thinking about him. I had been clamoring to find the guys responsible for the sibling experiment. Not yet. I wondered if I should pay him a visit to check on things and all. Not that I cared, it just felt like the right thing to do. Look for Tyler, go find John. Okay, that's an easy one, we are not going for that fucking punk. Look for Tyler. This had gone on long enough, this was weird. It was already Tuesday and there was still no sign of Tyler. I couldn't believe how hard it was to find time to track him down. Of course, skating had come first, but that was a great excuse. Just where was he? This was ridiculous. Nope, not here. I decided to wait by his locker. Hey, stop! But Tyler hurried off to class as if not hearing me. It was as if he didn't think I was addressing him. Did my voice stuttering and battle? Drat. That night I had a dream of a forgotten memory. I was my 11-year-old self teaching Tyler how to skate. He'd been begging me with those eyes for weeks. It was just like him to bleed and annoy someone until he got his way. That was just how he rolled, and I didn't mind really. Anyway, the first time I took him out, I was stunned with how sucky he was with his first attempts. I'd always had the knack for the skating thing, and I almost thought he was humoring me. I was not the patient type, you see, and 10-year-old Tyler wasn't the brightest student I've had. In this moment, I pushed him a little bit too hard down a hill, hoping he'd learn from there. Obviously he didn't. When I held his hands on our way to hospital, I was on the verge of tears. And not just because I was about to get my ass whooped. I was scared. I love my brother, really. I remember myself cringing as I heard him cried out in pain. no bravado, but even so, Tyler never held it against me. I swore to be a better older sister to him at that moment, protect him from harm, and be there for him whenever. How did I forget about all that? How did it all change? Then next morning came around. And I couldn't wait to get to school, to have another day to work all this out. Wait, I can choose? I'm also curious. The dream the night before still lingered in my mind, and it made me badly want to sell out Tyler. I didn't know what for, I just know that I had to. I headed to my true home and saw Tyler in front of the house. Maybe it was just my imagination, but he spotted me and immediately ran inside. I wanted to chase after him, but technically I had no right to do that. I wondered if he'd had any older sister. Eric's a real sister. I didn't care to connect the dots before, but we must have switched lives. Maybe I should start with contacting her. Okay, let's try to follow that route. I'd been living like this a while now, waking up and doing my routine, in someone else's house, and you know what? It was still as weird as ever. It's weird to make someone else stuff. Unnatural. Dude, we need to fix this. Like, I don't know how, and I'm not even sure what he wants at this point, but I gotta do something. I can only imagine. Why do you believe me anyway? Anyone else would think I'm crazy. I could imagine us being BFFs in our life. You're just so different from what I originally thought of you. Thanks, dude. Why do you say dude? Say thanks, girl, damn it! For I don't just imagine it, I lived it. So what was your other life like? Well, my mom works at dinner in the mall and my brother is a 15-year-old little brat. That's always on the road as a truckie. I guess we see him occasionally and mom just learns to cope with it. Maybe I hadn't been sensitive enough to mom. It can't have been easy raising us almost all by herself. And all I did was complain about Tyler. It was funny all coming together. It's funny how I couldn't see it when I was me. Well, I was still me, but the me I was when I was part of the Ryan family. Poor mom. But I don't know, she never listens, she always expects so much of me. It can get really infuriating sometimes. Like, she treats me like an adult and expects me to behave like an adult, but I don't wanna be that just yet. I can be a brat too. Sounds like quite a dilemma. At least now they don't have to deal with you and you don't have to deal with them. Not helping, Nikki. Sorry. For isn't it better this way? Once you learn how to cope with the current life, you can live comfortably. It seems you and Eric get on well enough as well, so at least you have that going. That's true. For I don't know if I want to stay like this. I'll think about this some more. It's not like I have a magic switch to get back or anything. And then the day was off to a start. I told myself I'd start researching at lunch. I met Nikki in front of the library. Nikki's mouth hung open for so long that I just had to close it for her. I put my hand on her chin and lifted her jaw, causing her to come out of her stupor. You really want to go to the library? Yes, Nikki, I want to go to the library. Was it really that hard to believe? I was an academic. I didn't just copy and paste my assignments from the internet. Yeah, I did the same thing, always. I wrote them too, so the plug erasing machines didn't catch it. Really, there was just no trust in this world anymore. True. And this wasn't a normal assignment. This was my life here. Real work had to be put into. So, you know, like, normally, like, my name is PolishLynx. PolishLynx is the name I decided to choose for myself. Whatever. Okay. I still hesitated, as I still hadn't decided whether to spend the rest of it living in oblivious bliss that I wasn't in a family that I belonged in or not. Is this about the guy? Funny how that was the conclusion she jumped to. Anyone that hung out at library was in all probably not my type. No, Nikki, this isn't about a guy. Then what is it about? God damn it. Research. I need to find out who is doing this to me and who this guy is. Or girl. So it is about a guy. It's not about a guy. Not like that anyway. But you just said... Nikki, just come with me. This was my attempt at seeking. I wasn't quite sure how to go about it, but I knew research was one of those things I always neglected for the assignments, so if I wanted to know something, I should start there. Problem was, what did I look for? I decided on doing a research for the Sibling experiment, which garnered no results, and then for identity swapping for life swapping. I was just about to go and find the 2 books that had come up in the computer search. One was already taken out when I spotted a familiar brown head at one of the tables, and it brought a smile to my face. What a dork. I could see the title of the book he had clearly. Magic and Mystery. Shh! I didn't know you! Whatever, we've got stuff to do. Hi, Eric! Hey, I don't think we've met before. Why, Nikki, TJ's BFF from another life! Eric shot her a confused look, but Nikki just smiled without saying anything more. No talking to loser, Nikki. Work to do, remember? Nice to meet you, Nikki. And you, what are doing here, TJ? Don't usually hang around Sandra and your lame gang? A gang hub. And who would Sandra be? I thought you didn't know me. That was true to some extent. Just having friend conversation between strangers. There is nothing remotely friendly about you, Eric. Now go away, since that was what you asked for me last time I wanted to talk. I was just trying to poke fun at him, you know, like trying to get back at him like how I usually would with Tyler, but then Eric had this hurt look on his face that made me feel guilty as hell. No, you sound more like yourself. Later. Eric spoke flatly and walked out before I had the chance to redeem myself. Didn't mean his wrist always used to shoo him away. And did he just try to be friendly with me because I made an attempt last time? I screwed up. Well, that was just weird. You didn't have to be so mean to him. You didn't have to be so mean to him, Paul. I know, Nikki. Now, shut up and help me. Damn, I snapped Nikki as well because I sucked. Thankfully, she didn't see offended. She just gave me that look that caused me to sigh. Go ahead, speak whatever is on your mind. Just thought you two don't seem much like brother and sister. Because we really aren't. We researched for the whole book. And came up short. This just wasn't working. I saw Eric out with ammunition after school. I had to make things right with him. Come on, we are going to teach you how to skateboard. I pulled him off the couch. Huh? What? Skateboard, you get on board and you skate. Eric seemed rather disoriented, but he then sighed and made a shooing hand motion. Go away. Dude, no need to be so petty. I'm sorry for before, okay? Admit it. You're sorry? Yeah, I am, and I want to make it up to you by letting you inherit my skills from now on, so get up. We're bonding. But you know, Mom says that skating will give you a bad back when you're older. She doesn't want us doing it. And I choose not to listen to her because your parents are rich. He appeared to be amused at my remark. They are my parents now. Just one little slip up, but hey, I had been telling the truth. Yes, they are. I still find it weird that I never knew you skate until a few days ago. No more stalling, no more talking, we're going outside now. I called him up and he was heavier than expected. What do you eat, dude? The same things you eat. Touché, I love having such a stoked house, but it didn't mean that Eric had to eat the cupboard outdoor all the time just because the food was there. And he did no exercise to counter it. The guy was on a one-way street to obesity if I didn't help him out now. I pushed my skateboard in his chest with force. You're going to show me what you got. I'd rather stick to my card sports, thank you very much. Sitting on the couch is not a sport. Reaching for the remote is. I'm trying, Eric. Okay, fine, but I'm not cut out for this. Don't say I didn't warn you. Eric set himself up on the sidewalk and I watched as he rolled. And I should have seen that coming. Little help, please. Don't think we're going to give up that easily. We're going to make it so that you can at least don't fall off. You owe me. You owe me. You'll thank me later. So what were you guys doing in the laboratory anyway? Isn't that where all the cool kids hang out? Funny. We're just hanging out, doing our thing. You never told me about the sneaky girl. And why does she talk so weird? She's not... Okay, maybe she's that weird, but not about this. This is a little hard to explain. Yeah. Eric turned all his attention to me, looking so attentive that he reminded me of Tyler. I'm just not the person you used to know anymore. In a way, I never was. You've been talking weird too. And you hadn't? Fair enough, but only because of you. My heart felt like skipping a bit when he said that. Also, he didn't mean it like that, but it still caught me off guard. Huh. It's, Eric cleared his throat before speaking again. Not the turbo. Us hanging out. Wait, what is it? I didn't catch that. It's this thing, skating, getting back to it. Another day. Another realization that I hadn't had so much as a traded insult with my real brother in 5 days. It felt odd. I didn't think I'd get to be away from him, not at least until I was in college or something. I kind of missed the bickering. Poking Eric was no fun at all since, well, somehow it was just hard to be cruel to him. To tell the truth, I was getting a little desperate. I had hoped that this was just some part of joke, or just some magical spell that will wear off in time, but things haven't fixed themselves yet. If that was what this experiment was all about, then I completed it. Lesson learned. It had been 5 days, and I didn't get to do anything much at all. Everything just passed in a blur. The researching thing made me lose even more hope. I didn't know what to do to make things right or even just feel right again. So when I saw Tyler in the halls at school, I just had this impulse to do something my past self would never even consider. I thought I had to tell that little kid that I loved him. I'd tell him, hug him, and everything would go back to normal in the flash, in an instant. That was what this was about, right? Treating your sibling right, showing affection. That was how things were meant to go. I approached him with even strides. With my heart pounding crazily in my chest, I drew in breath. Tyler. He turned to me. I froze. I'd never been as happy as her. I wasn't great at the lovey stuff anyway. It weirded me out on a whole other level when my new parents got all kissy and sweetie darling on me. How to put it? Just one motion, like ripping off a band-aid. Yes? He looked at me instantly, waiting for me to finish. I had to do this. I put on my gay face. Tyler, I love you, and I'm sorry it took me so long to realize it before. I will do better from now on, you have my word for it. I eyed for a second. And then another. Things were going to get better now, they just had to. End it now. Okay, joke's over. I did what I needed to do for the experiment to end. Why wasn't there an ink? Tyler's eyes went as white as saucers. Oh, this was not good. The reason of what I had just done suddenly hit me like a pile of bricks on my face. I just told my brother I loved him, while he actually was my little brother. I had to resist turning green as the thought. This was just wrong. Sorry, I must have got the wrong guy. I meant someone else. She said Tyler. I just had to get out of here. I didn't wait for him to finish before I took off in the other direction. Phew! Apparently I should have taken the time to straighten things out because he found me later. I was out practicing my tricks with Nikki, hanging around and shooting the breeze when Tyler walked right up to me. The nerve. I never would have let him get away with addressing me in school when we were still living under the same roof. Hey, beautiful! Oh, crap. So, like mirrors of equals, I think you're pretty cool. Double crap. I told you I meant somebody else. By that I meant somebody who was real to me and not bizarre word Tyler. Now he was acting like Cookie and I just couldn't believe I made him like this. You and I both know that's not true. Gag. And to think I ever complained about Jonas' constant advances. This had to be some bizarre nightmare or something. If it was, I swear I'm never eating spicy food before bed again. Okay, right now we're bringing Ross, so I'll give you 5 seconds to get out of here before I throw something at you. 5, 4. You can throw it if you like, baby, I can handle it. Where did he learn to talk like that? Heavens knows that he learned from that. My skateboard was too precious, so I took off my helmet and threw that. It got the side of his face. Hopefully that would keep him away. Huh. I started the phone, decided to try that number again, that old phone number of mine. That crappy old phone I had using and only used when absolutely necessary. Since I had my own cell phone, well, technically it was mine, but anyway, I had become a real phone user. That was a big step from the way I used to be. I had messed things up, and I really needed to get it together and reach Eric's real sister to know how to tackle it. Maybe she'd know something. It rang, and after some moment I got picked up. You know how it went. Hello? It was my mom, so unless there was a number change in this universe, it could be the new one, me. TJ20. Sibling experiment. Why? Is it time for this thing to end? I had thought that it was long past ending. Especially now after I tried to hit on my brother. That thought made me vomit in my mouth a little. You wouldn't happen to be sister of Eric Jamison, would you? I am Jasmine Jamison. And you must be something Tyler's sister? Yeah. Funny we are getting somewhere. Was she the person I had to contact to finish this thing once and for all? I just planned with hope. Soon it would be all over. How is it, the little moron? Sorry that you got stuck with it. No, he's wonderful, he's great! She had to be kidding, right? The girl on the other end had a really sweet voice, like one of those Disney princesses. Thank you. She sounded like she was gushing, but then, on the other hand, she sounded like the type to gush over ordinary old toothpaste. What about Eric? I know he's pretty gross. Nah, I've seen grosser, like roadkill next to my dinner grass. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I literally screamed when Tyler did that to me. You just got to play dirty and put it in his bed at night. Yeah, I'm not touching that thing. No, thank you. Anyhow, I can tell you how good it is to speak to. I was beginning to think I dreamed the way things used to be. I knew it was real from the moment I woke up, but I just couldn't prove it. What would proving it even do? No one can change anything. I don't think they know a thing about what's going on. I was hoping you could change things. Me? I'm sorry to the point, but I don't know much about this either. Oh, damn. There was a short pause as neither of us knew how to continue this confusing topic. We can try to arrange a swap and it happens everything is back to how it was? I don't know who the hell is behind this and how they pulled this off, but if we arrange it ourselves... Oh, I guess we could try. Do you even want Eric back? Because I frankly could live with your family instead of mine. Fancy mention, you're doing okay, girl. It's hard to say, well... Your dad came home today, by the way. Your dad. Our dad. Then you see what I'm talking about. I'm sorry for you and Tyler, but my family isn't perfect either. They think they can overcompensate for not listening to you by buying things. And there is something wrong with that, why? Are you serious? Because there's more to life than clothes and getting what you want. Most people wouldn't complain about it. But I was living her life, but I wasn't her, so I guess I couldn't exactly say. Hello. Anyway, I'm TJ. TJ, nice to meet you. I'm Jasmine. Jazz. It sounded familiar somehow. Sweet girl. Now the number of people in the universe who understood my plight equaled 2. Okay. Let's end the episode. We'll continue tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.